Good afternoon, and welcome to our 7th Kobudo class. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to do the videos in a series of videos so that you can skip around if you choose. So the first sequence will be just the bowing and the jundos, and then we'll break the videos up into the various exercises. As always, we'll begin by bowing in. Makso, eyes closed. Makso yame, eyes open. We bow. Ray.
Yes.
Up. So let's begin as always with the warm-ups. Lower the bow and raise the bow. You'll have to ignore the various animals wandering around. It's a nice day and they want to be out.
We have a cat practicing with us.
Yeah. Cat style kung fu, and then there is a dojo doggy wandering around. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, side to side. Now, it's totally appropriate to have the animals around, given that most of the Okinawans lived on farms and had animals around it when they were training. So, in fact, one of the bow katas, Sukenakon, has a short name of chicken bow. It has to do with the island and the instructor that it was developed by, but it was always referred to as chicken bow. Good. Okay, so we're going to do the hushindos. Fighting position. So in fighting position, your back hand is on the hip, but when we finish the technique, we will be up on our arm. Overhead strike. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Sitch. Hutch. Ku. Ju. 45-degree strike. Nana Mayuj. Ich. So the strike is coming in at an angle. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Sitch. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Level chest strike. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Sitch. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Low strike. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rope. Sitch. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Kamai and ski. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Sitch. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Back to ready? Good. Next set of ojundos. Low block. 45 strike. Ich. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Sitch. Hotch. Ku. Jew. Good. Come back to ready position. Second one in the second set. Step forward. Pivot. Clear away. Pivot back. Spear. Itch. Clear. Spear. Now notice I'm using my forward hand to aim. It's not holding onto the bow. The bow is sliding through. But my hand is not open. It is still closed around the bow to maintain control. Knee. Switch both hands. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sitch. Hotch. Ku. Jew. Good. Come back to ready. Next technique. Sunuke, sand throw, or dirt throw. Try to notice the bow is coming straight in, straight towards the target, straight towards the camera. So you'll change hands and step forward. Itch, knee, san, shi, go, roke, sitch, hotch, ku, Jew. Come back to ready. The next one, you'll step out at a 45-degree angle, block low. So you'll notice my hand turns over as I'm blocking down. Think of this as a lower block. Be careful. Itch, knee, san, shi, go, rope, sitch, hotch, ku, Jew. Come back to ready. Final technique of the second set of Hojundos. Chin strike, step forward, reverse ski. Switch hands. Itch.
Oh, that's the wrong side. I am the wrong side. Wait, up.
Right. Knee.
Calculating.
San. Shi. Go. Roke. Sitch. Hotch. Ku. Jew. Come back to ready. So that's it for those yundos, and next we'll continue on. So now we're going to do Papuhaku, or Token Kame no Konsho, the first kata. We will do it by my count and my narration the first time. Onigashimasu.
Onigashimasu.
Bow comes to ready position. Itch. Turn, lower block. Knee. Parry. Step and strike. Ski. San. Switch hands. Turn and lower block. Shi. Parry. step and strike, ski. Go, switch both hands, turn and lower block. Roke, parry, step and strike. Sitch, step and strike. Notice, no hand change. Hotch, step and strike. Ki. Ku, turn, lower block, no hand change. Ju, parry, step strike, ski. Ich, switch hands, turn and block. Knee, parry, step and strike, ski. San, switch both hands, turn and block. Shi, parry, step and strike. Go, step and strike. Rope, step, strike, and ki. Sitch, turn, lower block, no hand change. Sitch, parry, step and strike, ski. Ku, switch both hands, turn and block. Ju, parry, step and strike, ski. Coming to ready, switch both hands. The back of the bow comes all the way to the left side. Come back to ready position. Heels and toes are 45 degrees apart. We bow. Arigato gozaimasu.
Oh my god.
Okay, so kudos to Josh for not stepping on the cat during the kata. So now Josie and Josh will do the kata, no count, at your own count. At your own count.
You said it again.
Yeah, I know. Stay together. Onegashimasu.
Onegashimasu.
Back to ready. That was very good. Thank you. We will do Bobo Bunkai. So Josie and Josh face each other. Who's going to be the attacker? Josie will attack first. At my count. Start. So Josie is going to do 2 side head strikes. Now a reverse middle strike. So she sets up for a low strike. Low strike.
Oh, yeah.
A reverse ski. Chest strike. And now she'll strike low. Now it's Josh's turn to do the same sequence. So side head, reverse middle, low or groin, jam or reverse ski, chest strike, low strike. Now Josh will attack in a series of just 4 basic attacks. High, low, side, side. And then finally Josie attacks high, low, reverse middle, low. 45 head strike, 45 head strike. Side head, ski, and Josh blocks and finishes it off. So in the bunkai, because Josie attacked first, she ends up losing the bunkai. That's just how it goes. The other thing is the bunkai is 4 separate engagements, 4 separate attack sequences. Josh and Josie could move around during that and circle and only engage when they're ready. It's called Ippon Kumite. So it looks far more realistic, and you will do it that way, but do it slow. So Bobo Bunkai. Good. Thank you very much. So as we did last week, we're going to do basics with some of the hand weapons. So the first one we'll work with tonight is the tonfa. So we will start with the tonfas down in a double lower block position. So under, over, back, down, under, over, back, down, under, over, back, down, under, over, back, down, under, over, back, down. One more time. Under, over, back, down. Everybody out. Left foot out. Left-handed, right-handed ready. Stepping forward, we are going to punch. Now remember, with the tonfa, chamber is palm up. Tonfa is locked between your arm and your chest. On the right side, it's a knee strike, come back and over the head, and back to block position. Step and strike with the left hand. On the left side, it's a head strike, head strike, head strike. Come back to block position. Step through, punch. Knee, knee, head, back, step and punch. Now, when I do the head strike, the right hand comes up into a block position. It's only with the left strike. Head, head. Block position. Punch. Knee, knee, head. Block. Punch. Head, head, head. Back. Block position. Punch. Knee, knee, head, back. Punch. Head, head, head. Punch. Knee, knee, head, back. Punch. Head, head, head. Punch. Knee, knee, head, back. One more time. Punch. Head, 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 back. Good. So that's it for the tonfa basics, and next week we'll start working on the kata. So now we'll do the side basics. Once again, we'll start out with the sides in a double lower block position. As always, when you change position with the side, let it rotate and pivot on your thumb. So as you drop, as you bring the sides up, let him rotate, and then the thumb supports the central tine. Let it rotate back and down. Up, down, up, down. So this is a lower block position. This is a block against a high attack. So the hands are roughly about shoulder level. Sides are pointed outward slightly. The intent is to allow a weapon to be tracked and captured. And down.
You don't grab a weapon to prove your point.
So if Josh is coming in for a strike, it's going to capture it. And then all I have to do is put pressure on the side, and now I can remove the weapon from his hand. Something to remember, that in a classic sai, the central tine is octagonal. It has edges. It is not round. If it is round and smooth, it will not be able to capture an opponent's weapon. Again, double lower block. Up, down, 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 up, down. Similar to Tonfa Basics, there is a dachi type of dachi training. So left hand out, left foot forward, front stance. When we do the punch, the palm is palm down. My finger is on the central tine. As I step, I will punch. Chamber for the back hand is palm facing the chest. If it's palm up, you will stab yourself with the side. Once again, palm to the chest, trapping the weapon between your arm and your chest. I'm going to let the sai drop, and I am going to turn my hand palm towards myself with the sai outward. This is a block to the chest area or the head area. Block low. I'm in a cat stance at this point. I step forward into a front stance and thrust. I'm sliding under the solar plexus. Turn over, block down. Notice that the sai is rotated outward and in a block position. Step and punch. Block. Block. Thrust. Turn over, block down. Step through, punch. Block. Block. Thrust. Turn over, block down. Step through, punch. Block and pull back in a cat stance. Block. Thrust. Block down. Step through, punch. Block. Block. Thrust. Block down. Step through, punch. Block. Block. Thrust. Block down. One last time. Punch. Block. Block. Thrust. Block down. Back to ready. So, one last weapon for tonight. We haven't gone over this weapon before. What I have here are nunchucks. Obviously, nunchucks tend to be very famous. People are very familiar with them.
Bruce Lee.
Yes, made famous by Bruce Lee. Typically, for the nunchuck to be used effectively, you really only want to have one set in your hand at a time. Having one in each hand limits the weapon's effectiveness. The nunchuck can be both a striking weapon and a blocking weapon. But if you have one in each hand, you're not going to be able to use it effectively as a block. A couple of things about nunchucks. If in a traditional nunchuck, once again, the shape of the nunchuck itself is octagonal. You want it to have an edge so that it can bite into and to trap and bite into a weapon. The other thing is, okay, so if Josh does a 45 head strike, or do it from the other side. If I have nunchucks in both hands, I can't block with it. Now, when I twist, I can remove the weapon from him, only because the nunchuck has edges on it. You want it to be able to bite in to the opposing weapon. The other thing is, you will see nunchucks with chains or cords. Traditionally, the nunchuck is going to have cord. The bad side of the chains is that if the cord, if it starts to fray, you'll notice it. You'll see it. If the chain is getting old and is going to break, you're never going to notice it. Metal fatigue is not always obvious. So traditionally, a nunchuck is connected with a cord, not chain. We're going to start off with some very basic technique. We're going to hold the nunchuck down at our side on our right hand. Our left hand we can hold at our center of our body in our solar plex. We're just going to raise the nunchuck up and catch it. And let it go. And down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. And down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Switch hands. This may seem simple, may seem basic, but this is a difficult weapon to control, and if you're not careful, it is very easy to hit yourself with it.
Just to note also, the lower you move it, like if you move it down here, hold it. If you hold it down here, it's less controlled. The higher up you go, the more controlled it is.
Right. In addition, but the trade-off is holding it higher, you get less speed and reach. Holding it low, obviously more speed and reach, but a little less fine finesse and control. Itch. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. As in all of the traditional weapons, the nunchuck is originally based on a hand tool. In this case, a horse's bridle. Okay, the other basic. We're going to start out with the nunchuck down low. We're going to bring it across the body at a 45-degree angle and back, and then down. Over and down. So again, 45, 45, down. 45, 45, and down. 45, down. So that's a strike. And if this target zone would be the collarbone. You connect with your opponent's collarbone with the end of the nunchuck. It's going to really take his arm out of the fight. Or her, thank you.
Let's not discriminate against her.
Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Broke. You'll notice that I'm pivoting into the strike. Hotch. Two. Stop.
Oh, you have peace.
I know.
Okay.
I was Jew. I was going to point that out, Josh. So, as Josh sort of pointed out, I have a set of other nunchucks with me today. In the beginning, when you're first training, they do sell what are called foam chucks or practice chucks. It's not a bad idea to train with these in the beginning, as opposed to a traditional set. My nunchucks are made out of Japanese red oak. They're very hard, they're very dense, and they hurt a lot when you use them wrong. But in the beginning, training with the foam chucks is not a bad idea. You can also train with nunchucks made out of plastic, such as PVC piping, which won't hurt as much. Okay. So other side, 45, 45, and then around. Cross, not so close. Five and down. 45, down. 45, down. 5, down. 5, down. 45, down. So, that's it for tonight's class. We'll bow out. Next week, as I said, we'll start working on the tonfa kata, and we'll continue the basics with the other weapons. Zazen position. Maxo, eyes closed. Maxo Yame, we bow, right?
Yes.
We will train our hearts and bodies
We will train our hearts and bodies
for a firm, unshaking spirit.
for a firm, unshaking spirit.
We will pursue the true meaning of the martial way
We will pursue the true meaning of the martial way,
so that in time
so that in time
our senses may be alert.
our senses may be alert.
With true vigor,
With true vigor,
we will seek to cultivate
we will seek to cultivate
a spirit of self-denial.
a spirit of self-denial.
We will observe the rules of courtesy,
We will observe the rules of courtesy,
respect our superiors,
respect our superiors,
and refrain from violence.
and refrain from violence.
We will look upwards to wisdom and strength,
We will look upwards to wisdom and strength,
not seeking other desires.
not seeking other desires.
We will follow our gods
We will follow our gods
and never forget
and never forget
the true virtue of humility.
the true virtue of humility.
All our lives,
All our lives,
through the discipline of the martial arts,
through the discipline of the martial arts,
we will seek to fulfill
we will seek to fulfill
the true meaning of the way.
the true meaning of the way.
Thus, thank you very much for a good class.